What's up, heroes? Hey, does this ever happen to you? You know, you start the day with this list of about 50 things long that you want to get done. You're all hungry and excited, and this day you're motivated. You're gonna get a lot of stuff done, and then you just get overwhelmed. Next thing you know, you're on social media, or you're doing some online shopping, or you're playing video games, or worse, you're cleaning the house. And that's how you know, for me, that's how you know when I got a lot of stuff to get done. All of a sudden, the house is spotless, right? I'm looking for everything else to do other than do all this work that I know I have to get done. Does that ever happen to you? Listen, in this video, I'm going to show you a quick trick that you can do every morning. It all comes down to one single question that if you ask yourself this question, I guarantee it'll double your focus so that you can avoid procrastination and the things that prevent us from actually moving the day forward. My name is Jarvis, and I am the morning hero. Well, I'm not just the morning hero, I'm one of many morning heroes. Morning hero is just someone who wakes up early every day, hungry, excited, and motivated, with a structured process and a system that ensures that they get all their shit done every single day. If you're interested in that, you can go to themorninghero.com. I have a wealth of resources to show you how to wake up early and dominate the day every day. And if this is your first time checking out my channel, please go ahead and like and subscribe below. I put out videos every single week to help you maximize your time so you can dominate the day. So go ahead, subscribe below and leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this video. Okay, back to the topic at hand. Why do we procrastinate? Why do we push things off? Why can't we just focus on the work that we need to get done? Well, there's actually a scientific explanation for why we do this. And it goes back to the prehistoric days, back when we were cave people. So when we were cave people, our whole mode of operation was all centered around survival. We were based on the survival mechanisms of making sure we didn't starve. So making sure we didn't become food for other animals, making sure we didn't get eaten or killed, finding a mate so we can procreate. Like, either we were running from animals, we were chasing animals, trying to hunt them, or we were chasing mates, right? So those were all the modes of survival when we were in prehistoric days. And so we needed huge bursts of energy to accomplish any of those survival mechanisms. So what happened was our brains adapted for energy conservation. It knew if it needed to rush after a deer for hunting, or if it needed to run from a bear or a tiger, it needed a bunch of energy reserved in a tank so that it could accomplish that mechanism. So what would happen was our brains adapted for energy conservation, and that's how we were able to evolve and ascend to become the dominant species, because we had this energy conservation mindset. Now, nowadays we don't have the same lifestyle. We're not running from tigers and bears or chasing our food anymore. We are still chasing mates, so that part is still consistent, but we don't need these huge rushes of energy anymore. But our brains are still adapted for energy conservation. So when you give yourself this huge list of stuff to do, to work on, your brain is immediately going to go into energy conservation mode. It's going to say, oh, this requires a lot of energy. Nope. Let me find something else to do that's going to conserve energy. Let me find something to do that's just going to pass the time by so that I can avoid doing these things that's going to make me exert a lot of energy. And so I call that the prehistoric brain. And every day you're fighting your prehistoric brain that all it wants to do is conserve energy. So how do you get around that? How do you defeat your prehistoric brain? It all comes down to this one question. This is based off of the book, The One Thing by Gary Keller. And it's an amazing book. If you haven't read this, I highly recommend it. And it's a book on focus. And you can see this book is probably like 200 pages, and this entire book was written around one single question. And that question is this: what's the one thing that I could do, the one thing that I could do today that would push my goals furthest? The one thing. And so this concept is like, is powerful because we have a tendency to overcomplicate things. We have a tendency to overwhelm ourselves. We're great at like dumping all this stuff out that we want to get done, that we got to do. And what we don't realize is that all we're doing is we're kicking our prehistoric brain in motion and saying, "Up, nope, nope, I'm not going to do any of that stuff." And so what this book talks about is how do you focus on just the one? Like, yeah, there's 10 things you could do today, but if there was only one thing you did and you could still say the day was successful, out of those 10, what is the one that will push the goal furthest? And so here's a simple process that I do every morning. Every morning, I first start off by writing my goals. And I have my goals categorized in three areas of life: wealth, health, and relationships. And so for each category of life, I have a goal. And so I'll write my wealth goal. And then I ask myself that question: what's the one thing that I could do today that's going to push that goal the furthest? And now, normally I would brainstorm and I would have 10, 12 different things. But when I break it down to what's the one thing I can do, well, for my wealth goal to grow my business, it's create content. Today, I can create a video that I can post to YouTube or Instagram. That's the one thing I can do. Boom. And then I stop the list there. I don't continue. And then I go to my next goal. For my health goal, what's the one thing I can do today? Well, probably go to the gym or eat a salad for dinner. I'll write that down. Boom. I'll go to my next goal. I'll write my relationship goal. Husband and father of the year. I'm getting that award, husband and father of the year. And then say, what's the one thing I could do? Well, I can send my wife some flowers today. And so when I finish with that, I have three big things that I'm going to accomplish today. And if I just accomplish those three things, that was a successful day. And the beauty of this is when I break it down to just three things, all of a sudden it's not so overwhelming. I'm hyper focused and okay, I have to create some content. Boom, I'm not going to let the day go by unless I do that one thing. Now, of course, there's going to be time left and I can do a bunch of other things for the day. But that's the main thing, is that one thing to grow my business, that one thing for my health and fitness, that one thing for my growing my relationships. And as long as I do that first, then I can get to all the other things that I have to get done. And most of the time I complete those things before lunchtime. So I call it hashtag done by lunch. So if I finish all my important things before lunch, then I got the rest of the day for myself. I got the rest of the day to do what I want, to reinvest that time back into myself, back into my family, back into a hobby, or if I'm learning a new skill or what have you. But my priority is to accomplish my three big things in the beginning of the day, so that then I don't have to stress about it for the rest of the day. This is based off this concept, The One Thing by Gary Keller, simplifying your list. In fact, this is the process that I boiled down into this three-step process I told you. Write your goal, come up with one the step, and then schedule those things on your calendar. This is based off of the zero calendaring method. This is a daily planner that actually walks you through those three steps. It walks you through every day, writing your goals, coming up with your big things, your three big things, and then scheduling them on your calendar so that you make sure that you get those things done throughout the day. This is the zero calendar. It's a part of the Morning Hero process. If you go to themorninghero.com, you can see about how to get yourself one of these zero calendars. It takes about 15 minutes a day to fill this out in the morning. But by the time I finish filling it out, I'm hyper focused on what I have to get done for the day. And I've organized my time, and so that I'm really efficient and I'm not distracted by all these other things. I'm not overwhelmed. I know there's just three big things I got to focus on, and I just do them. And most of the time I have a really successful day when I keep it simple like that. So give this a try. Don't overcomplicate things. Break it down to the one thing and schedule that on your calendar for the day. And then don't let the day go by until you finish that one thing. And I guarantee you'll see a lot more productivity and a lot more ease and flow into your day. I hope this helps. And if you're into these type of productivity tricks, you can click on, I have several other videos on productivity hacks of how you can maximize your time, effort, and energy every day to make sure you're pushing your goals forward. It's kind of my specialty, my special sauce. If you're into that kind of stuff, you can click right on the screen somewhere. There should be a link where you can click on some of my other videos on how to hack your life to get the most out of it. All right, I hope this blessed you. Please comment below and let me know what you think. Will this work for you? Can you break your day down into 1 to 3 big things that you got to get done? Let me know. Leave a comment below. I'll see you guys.